Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. I think this goes out on. That sounds about right. And this is Charity Shop Hunting. So this is where I've just sort of got my GoPro on me as I'm in the charity shops looking for stuff to flip for a little bit of profit to then reinvest in my collection or to go straight into the collection myself. I resell part-time. I have a 9-to-5 job. And I tend to go to the charity shops just as and when I'm passing by. So, yeah, this is just me going around and doing my thing. That San Andreas was very, very badly scratched. I think it was about £3 actually. But this is one of my local charity shops, and they haven't had any new games come out for ages. Then they decided to put all the games on the bottom shelf, which is really annoying. And then they got a load of US games come out, which is quite nice. But most of them tend to be missing their manuals, which is really annoying. I don't think any of them are like amazing. I do pick up 2 of them, I think. This is one of them, which I think I've put up for about £7 all in. And then the Harry Potter one, which you'll see shortly, for about £6 all in. It's not a lot, but it's just an algorithm tickler. So, yeah, as I say, I do this purely part-time. There's plenty of people that I know that do this full time, and obviously their turnover is a lot more substantial than what mine is, but generally speaking my average 90-day total tends to be anywhere between 9 and 10 grand, which is not bad for someone who does this part-time. Now, as you can see, that first one there, that was really expensive, but then you scroll down a little bit and the price just plummets. Harry Potter is always good. Now, there is one particular PS2 game, a Harry Potter game, which is good for pickups, and I can't remember what it is, and I never can. All of the Harry Potter games just sort of blur into one in my head. It's an absolute nightmare, but it's, yeah, hit and run. Again, it's greatest hits. It was like the platinum version for over here, so not worth a great amount, but scratched. I think that was £2 or £3. Hitman, nothing in it. PC games, I think I looked at this one. It's only up for £2, but then it's too big to go as a large letter, so you're looking at extra postage for that. So I thought I'd do check it. I think I'll get everything out first that I'm interested in and have a quick scan around. But I've had the same Wii games there for 2 or 3 weeks. The same 360 games for about a month. I can't quite see that from here. I think that was £8 or £9, but yeah, you just lose it in the postage, unfortunately, which is an absolute shame. It's good, but it's no big box PC game good. But there we go, 2 games, £1 each, nice and easy feedback fodder, and a little scout around, and we'll be soon heading over to the next clip, which is the other side of the charity shop. So it was a little bit late, but I did get notified of a couple of bits that I missed from this, where it was maybe like £15, £20 on items, but it would have been small parcel sizes. And by the time I went back later on in the week, so Friday, I think it was Friday of last week, I went back round. Unfortunately, not there. So if there is anything else in this video that you think I may have missed, please let me know. That's me just showing you that I've only picked up the 2. Now, this is an SPCA charity shop, which I've done good for clothing here. Now I'm just going through to look for anything that is branded. Most of it is just made in China, and then the name of the animal, so it'll be like China chimpanzee, like nothing else to it. Whereas the crocodile I've put to the left hand side, that was a Schleich, whatever it may be, but I don't think I actually buy anything because there's only like 2 that was worth picking up, and I only purchased using my card, so I felt a bit mean doing a £1 purchase on a card because they'll get charged, and there's not going to be huge amounts of profit in it anyway. I'm also looking for Natural History Museum. For those of you who may have seen A Week in the Life of, you'll know that there was a particular dinosaur which sold for £50. Considering you can quite often pick up these sorts of toys for anywhere between 10 and 50 pence, definitely worth keeping an eye out for. So just going through and just checking, and most of it is just cheap rubbish. Unfortunately, there's no other way of putting it. You know, and also you don't know if there's going to be any Disney things in here as well. You've got several Disney films which include dinosaurs and animals and that sort of thing, so you just don't know what you're going to see. I think that's a Hercules beetle from memory, not 100% sure. But yeah, just digging through, but nothing to find. Now off to one of the other charity shops, which fairly affluent area. It can be bloody expensive coming here, although the video games do tend to be quite good. Now here we have some, is it Sure Guard or Safeguard? The carpet care kits. Now I can tell that's been opened, not only just by looking at it, but the weight of the item and the fact that there's a lot of movement inside. Now I think they're asking for a £5 each, and I do end up looking online, and they're only going for around £10 to £15, like brand new. But obviously at the moment I don't quite know that. But at the moment I am looking through and looking for any signs of use. I mean, I suppose if you've got like a car cleaning business yourself, or you're into cars, I mean, I'm really not, but if you're into it, it's an amazing pickup. I mean, to be fair, this was sold the next time I came into the shop, so obviously someone saved themselves a few quid. So whoever you are out there, fair play to you, sir. But for flipping, unless there was like not a rarer item, but like a higher end polish in there that maybe I didn't know about, it just really wasn't worth picking up. But either way, checking just to see if there's any that are brand new. But I think those ones with the spray cans, they are new. It was the ones with the oil in which were all pre-owned, which is a shame. But as I say, cars really not my thing. I don't know enough about them. All I know is they go forward, they go backwards, and they can turn left and right most of the time. But yeah, there may be different, not levels of different packages. Maybe that's the right way of putting it. But as I say, I just don't know enough. They're big, they're bulky items. £18 plus shipping, €5 investment, takes up a lot of room. It's a lot of space. I don't really want to be messing around for a couple of quid. And then here we have a Hoover, which is a steam cleaner. Now I think they've asked for a tenner on this, and now this is me trying to find the exact same one on eBay. Now, I think I end up putting in Steam Jet, but I'm trying to use the model number, which brings up just the parts. And if I was full-time and this was my full-time job, then yes, maybe I'd buy the lot for maybe a tenner and strip it down into spare parts. There's probably a good few quid to be made in it, but I think that was there the last time that I was there. But it's a lot of hassle. It's not the quick flips that I'm currently looking for. But we do have a Garfield mug for £3. Now, I don't think there's mega bucks in it, but for £3, it's a vintage / retro mug. It's collectible. It's got a birthday on it. It should, even if it's like a replacement for someone who maybe knocked it off, you don't know, but you would imagine £3 is an absolute bargain. I think I do try and find the exact same one, but I couldn't find it. But it's got keys in it. I don't know why there's like 10 keys in the background. It makes no sense. Oh, it depends on what the key is, I suppose. But yeah, I couldn't find this exact one. Not through searching. I might be able to find it on a Google Lens. But this way, unfortunately, did not find it. But for £3, I'm going to pick it up. Back over to one of the other charity shops you saw earlier. So here we have ELC toys. Now, because I picked up the Minotaur, which you just saw, you know that I sold one recently for a whopping £2 something plus shipping, and I think they wanted £3 for it. So generally speaking, I know that those sorts of toys, they're really not worth picking up unless maybe you got a full set for a very, very good price. But you're talking, those were £2 to £4 each. This guy, I think it was 50 pence. Yeah, 50 pence. But again, after a quick search online, he's only going for around £8 or £9 all in. Bearing in mind, he is a small parcel, so you're looking at sort of £3 for packaging, less your fees. It's, although yes, it's a relatively small item, it's going to be somewhat easy to list. I know what would happen. It would end up sticking around for ages. At least with video games, they tend to go nuts every year around Christmas time. So I'd rather stick with that, where I know a bit more, to be honest. And just checking through. Now again, this is before I was told about a couple of items that I missed. So once again, anything else I missed in this clip, let me know. Here we've got some lovely wooden hand-carved decorative plates, £2. Now I couldn't find these exact ones online, but I do end up buying them. Now the thing on the left-hand side, it looks to be, I don't think it's a candle display or an incense burner, but there is actually damage to one of the legs of the elephant, which is why I don't pick it up. I think I did that off camera. So I've got my plates, and then it's a case of just sticking them on the shelf so no one pinches them. Now this is a nice brass bowl. I don't know if that's a pheasant or not, but it's brass. I've not dealt with these before, so if anyone's got the name of what it may be or a way of identifying it, please do let me know, because at the moment I am just going off of guesswork, to be honest. But I think that was £3. So the two plates at £2 each, and then the brass bowl at £3. I think well worth it. I think I've put the wooden plates up for around £20 plus shipping each, which I think they'll sell, to be honest. The Nice one might take a little bit longer. This is a disappointment. A little Coleman's money box. End up doing a quick eBay search, and it is going for next to nothing. So I presume it's like a reissue of an older model, and maybe the older ones are worth a few quid. But this definitely feels modern. It looks modern. It's worth £8.95 all in. So yeah, not really worth picking up. But unless you check, you don't know, do you? And so if I was full time, I could probably spend all day in here scanning every other item. But unfortunately, I've only got a few minutes at a time to run in, have a quick look, see if anything catches my eye, and then go on to the next one, which is what I prefer doing. Now, I couldn't find these online, and I reckon I might regret not picking these up. No, that's not it. But I'll find it. No, I don't think I do find it. No, I don't. So I think that was only a couple of quid. As I say, I think I might regret not buying those. We'll see what the comments say, and if I get absolutely slated. A little pan around the shop. By the way, I do flick through the rails every single time, but I just don't record it all the time because it can be quite an odd angle, especially when you're like down on your knees and you're trying to use a strap which is on your backpack. And now again, this is quite nice, but it's big, it's bulky. I know nothing about it. It looks like it was an oil lamp that's been converted into a lamp. Oh, I forgot about this. 1996, I think that is. Is that 96? Looks like 96 to me. X-Files. So the X actually glows in the dark. Going rate is around £20 or so. So I've gone £20 plus shipping. Whether it will sell, probably not, to be honest. I can't see anything X-Files related coming out anytime soon. That big alien one's cool that I just saw on my phone. Wouldn't mind seeing one of those out in the car boot. But you know, you can always hope. As a case of turning it over and making sure that there's no substantial damage to the battery compartment, which is normally where people get stung out on items like this, where people have left batteries in there for far too long. Bearing in mind this is 1996, there could well have been batteries that are just left in there for an incredibly long amount of time. And here we go. Oh dear God. That says £54.50. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're DMs. They're quite a large size. I think they're size 11 or 12. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an affluent area. But you've got, for me, when you come to men's shoes, the best sizes, I would say, are 9s and 10s. For me, anything below or above that, you're going to struggle. But you look on the shelf and it's the same shoes. I mean, there's Samuel Windsors there, which have got the box, but they're crap. And they have been sitting there for a month. And they're still sitting there. And they're still sitting there. It's just annoying because these guys will put out their little display that says, sorry, we're full. We can't take any more donations. Okay then, in very little to no order, this is everything I bought throughout the week. Kind of forgot to do little updates as I went. So it's always going to be this one big hit at the end. So we have some wooden hand-carved plates, paid £2 each. Probably looking at around £15 to £20 for each one. So that's £4 into potentially £35.40. Oh, that's a big head shadow. That's not a pheasant, but it kind of looks like a pheasant. It might be a pheasant, but it's brass. I thought I'd give it a go at £3. No idea what it's worth. Bought this today, and it is a Power Rangers movie version morpher. It does that. It does try and light up and stuff, but the batteries are dead, so it just sort of does that. Paid £1. Might be able to get maybe a tenner back plus postage. Signal was terrible. Couldn't quite work out exactly what it was because I couldn't find like Bandai or anything on it. We have an 18 celebration mug, Garfield. Paid £3. I think this was towards the start of the video. And let's get it open. And it looks a little bit like that. I'd imagine £15-20 back for that. £1 for some Harry Potter stickers, including an exclusive one with Snape. It retailed at $4.99. I'm going to rip them open. As simple as that. See what's inside. We've got 2 US version of PS2 games. So we've got Quidditch World Cup and Twisted Metal Black. Paid £1. Should be worth a couple of quid. Very easy, simple listing. Bought this at the start of the week. I think I paid £5. It's like a denim look Adidas thing. It looks all right. Should be able to get, I don't know, 15, 20 quid back for that. Maybe 30. No idea. But yeah, looks all right. We have an X-Files clock. This is from 1996. And now there is a big old mark on it. Even so, we're looking at maybe 15, 20, 25, 30 pounds back for that. Not bad for a £3 investment. That was because I thought it was then. Right, then we'll go over to the back. We picked up today these 2 Revel Tornadoes GR Mark 1 RAFs, but they are limited edition. What makes them limited edition? I've got absolutely no idea. But if we go onto eBay, you can see that someone is asking £75 just for one. But if you do go onto solds, there isn't actually any of the limited editions sold. So that's brand new, 30 quid. Brand new, 60 quid. But that's not the same one. So I'm going to aim for, like, I don't know, $74.99 each. They were up for £25 each. I didn't even offer to bargain. And they just said, do you want them for 20 quid each? I was like, yeah, sure. Saved me a tenner. We've got 2 Mickey Mouse book stands. These are by Michael Graves for Moller Design. They're quite cute. They'll do. Paid £2, 20, 25, something, I don't know. I paid £2 each for a load of Egyptian god statues. I did find the exact ones. A full complete set is about 150, 200 pounds. I paid 48. I'm going to aim for, what's that, £2 each. I'm going to aim for making like 50% on top of what I paid minimum. I want to, if I make at least like 40 quid, I'll be happy. But they'll be pictured, then put into a box, ready for distribution. So at least I know they won't break while they're in my loft. And then I picked up these today, literally about 10 minutes ago. Now, they are a questionable size, questionable style. They're quite large as well. But these buttons do bugger all because it is all Velcro. But it's got a really strong leather smell to it. And the only thing we have is Sovereign Trekker. So if anyone can point me in the right direction as to what leather... I mean, that looks like snakeskin leather, but it's not going to be. I can't see it being... it might be, you know. It really might be. But those were £8. And that is everything. That is everything. And I cannot wait to sit down and have a cup of tea.